All right, it's the big day, and Dean and I are taking the Model T on a proper tour today. What do you think so far?
I think I did no work on this T with the new engine. I feel kind of like, yeah, I don't deserve this as much, but look how cool that is. I'm so
Isn't
happy.
that a beauty, eh?
This thing's making me really happy today because like it's so powerful now.
Well, everything being relative, right? Yeah, you could hardly talk in the car before.
Right.
Like, the transmission was so loud that the car sounded like she was gonna blow it. So, the old T doing well. Yeah, we're keeping a very close eye on everything, and there's, there'll be some debugging and whatever. Everything was very, very last minute, and I got 3 hours of sleep because I was up editing till 3:30 in the morning and had to get up at 7 to get ready to go on this tour. So luckily we actually got a tiny bit ahead of everybody, so I'm going to set up the camera here and we'll get a nice shot of all the other properly old cars going by. Just got a note from our friend Bob, who's organized this, and he said they're just waiting for a fella to change a tire, and so I'm actually really happy for the little break here. This is like the first 3 minutes that I've had to just chill, so right? It looks great. We got some proper gravel road dust on her.
Yeah,
there.
It looks so good.
Just the ticket, yeah.
Oh wow.
So I put fresh oil in it this morning. It's still breaking in, and still a lot to do, but definitely we are headed in the right direction here.
Cool.
I got Dean running the speedometer. How's the temp doing?
Good.
Just right.
Yeah,
Right
she's
in the
keeping
middle,
nice
right?
Yeah, well, hey.
Yeah, special thanks again to Mr. Model T Clayton for that gift. It's just absolutely a lifesaver today. We got to be very careful about the temperature, but the car seeming to do well, and I brought lots of water with us, and my niece is going to pop in and run around with Frankers, so going to just try and relax and enjoy a little bit of this will be the longest drive I've ever taken the car on.
Yeah.
We're going to do over 100 miles today.
We got our spare tire looking pretty good too.
Yeah, the old Goodyear hanging together.
It's kind of hanging in there.
Yeah, fantastic.
What a neato.
Oh, look at these cars, eh, buddy? Here comes a touring. Oh, look at this one. Wow. Wow, eh? Hi. Oh no, we're good. I'm just doing a little filming. Then we're gonna jump in behind you guys. Okay, after this group we'll jump in. Model Ts, eh?
Oh, sweet.
death wobble.
Oh, yeah?
I had a bad set of tracks, and I haven't had it for years.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a little loose. I think I should be able to get to the garage, and then I'll just jack up, take the wheel off, and then tighten this
perfect. I hope they're expecting a few minute repairs once we get there.
Yeah,
I got a little bit to do.
That's the way to find out where the troubles are.
That's right. Hi, Harvey. How's the old Hudson doing today?
Good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be keeping up with you, sir.
A little over 100 miles yesterday, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
40, I think.
Fantastic. Really? Wow.
It's a good car.
Absolutely beautiful, yeah.
And
Bob showed me your 24.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's a magnificent car, too.
Yeah,
Wow.
when we get it running.
Yeah, sure. And 1930, eh? Wow.
Yeah.
That is a beauty.
So this was probably about the same price as two Model A's in 1930.
Yeah, sure.
Straight 8.
Yeah.
Flat
Oh,
head.
it's a magnificent car. And
Good driving.
you had it a while? You had this one a long time?
We got it out of Calgary, but that was probably 10 years. Next on the list.
Yeah, well, this looks like a little more relaxed way to do these kind of drives. Eh?
Yeah,
Model T, there's always a lot of levers and stuff to pull and
this
push.
is for old folk. Yeah, you're not up to that stage
That's
yet.
right. I need to get a little
No,
more
you-
mature.
you gotta get
earn,
some Model
you gotta
T
earn.
time in.
That's right. Well, I'm getting some today.
But work your way up.
Oh, I love the green Chevrolet. Wow.
I like, oh, that is amazing. That is just amazing.
Good way to break up to destroy a drum. Oh, really? Well, the trouble is they're. I mean, you know, it's okay, but you gotta be careful. Be careful. And because the reverse drum is not very tough. Well, basically, you want to engage. It's just like money. You guys probably. Go to the Netherlands.
Look at this. Get like just wanted to say a very sincere thank you to both Mike Reed and of course Harvey and Bob Kalfas for inviting me on the VTAA tour, and naturally to Matt and Jim at Strong's Garage for hosting a break there, and we had a really fantastic day. Thanks to Dean, of course, for running the camera because I had to drive, and yeah, I will do that again. This Model T was an absolute treat. I will admit, after 100 miles on gravel roads in a Model T, guys ready to take a short Model T break. That was, nevertheless, it was really fun, but it was a very hot day, and of course the Model T, a lot of heat from the engine getting into the interior, so it made for a warm day. But we had a great time, and I will absolutely do it again, and yeah, very sincere thanks to everybody who let a couple of bums tag along on their really awesome adventure. Met a ton of great people. Everybody was very kind. There were some pretty special cars in there. See if you guys can pick them out. And of course, as when they were new, half the cars were Model Ts. What's left to do is head back to the GCFCE and see if we can get our quarter-mile time with the new engines. Let's head over there and see how it does. Hey, it's a beautiful and very hot day today, so I'm going to hide in the garage and work on Laura's car. And while I'm here, I get enlisted for a certain amount of prep labor today.
Yeah.
So our goal is what? We're trying to get this thing in primer today. First coat of primer.
Amazing, yeah.
Wouldn't that be something? I would really like to see that. I was going to pull it all apart and prime everything separately, but now I'm thinking that it's actually probably more efficient and much easier to prep the car. At least the fenders. The fenders are so floppy that it's easier to prep them on the car. So if the fenders are staying on, might as well leave the doors on. At least shoot the primer, right, primers? And then we'll blow the doors off after they're primed, and we'll prep them on a table. But I want to prep the fenders on the car. So that's the goal, and we'll catch up shortly here. I also have to put this door back together because I cut a large chunk of it out to make metal work. Watch out, fringers. So that's got to go back in there, and then I have to build this, the rest of this 80 grit cam.
80.
We got a few minutes of this in our future here.
Funny when you change direction how much louder it becomes.
Yeah, yeah.
You're no longer with the grid.
Yeah. And not pushing hard, right?
No.
Just floating it over. That's the secret.
Right.
You push it, these are very tricky cars to get looking good.
Well,
They
because
were
there's
not,
nothing
it's
to
very,
it.
it's sheer, there's nothing there to take your eye away, and they were quite pillowy from new, which means they tended to go like this.
See?
And they look like they're almost quilted because each panel, because they fold the lip around the edge, and that tends to want to tighten the edges up.
Yeah.
So the center of the door is relaxed and the edges are tight, so it's pillowy. So we're trying, and I've been beating on this for a
This
while.
feels amazing
so
already.
it's going to be good.
The little bit that I've done.
Yeah, and there's going to be some spots, and that's the thing.
Right here.
We're not going to get it in primer tonight like I hoped, but we did get lots of other stuff done.
No, but we're still moving forward.
Absolutely. And I'm going to make the
Hi, Mike.
piece that holds, this is a channel that holds the weather stripping, and I'm going to make that for the back passenger side door because that's the door we had to make the skin, and Frankers is helping enormously. And Keith was here and he's done some nice prep work on here. And we've got the lower valence off. That needs to have a certain amount of work done. Anyway, happy with progress, but progress does not equal finished.
Oh, a few days ahead of us.
People just want to look at the dog.
She just wants to lick me.
What did we see? Oh, this edge I did in the vise, and then this edge I just put it in the vise and folded it with pliers, and now we're just fine tuning it like this, back and forth, fine tuning the width of it. That was too wide, I'm hitting it here. It's too big, and if it's too skinny that way, I'm hitting it on top. It's getting pretty close to something. Now, of course, it doesn't have the right shape at all this way.
Okay.
So that's
We're going for the opposite of that curve?
yeah, well, this is right, and then but it actually will end up over here.
Yeah, right.
So that's going to be the challenge. But say this return is so small that I might, if I'm welding, I'm going to drill holes in it here,
Okay.
and I'm just going to weld it. Fucking, you know,
see.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll force it. Basically, I'm going to force it on there. But I
Because you're going to
think
have lots of material when you go to bend it the other way that's going to want to kink out on you.
that's right. And when it does, we're just going to hammer those kinks flat, and then call her good.
Okay.
But meanwhile, try and get it. And you know, this is maybe not the technique you would use on, you know, a fender, but for a piece of channel that holds the rubber in, I'm not too worked up about it. I think we're going to have to finish it essentially as we go.
Tack and bash.
Yeah, literally tack and bash, because it's, you know, what matters is how it fits against the door, not how beautiful the individual edges are. So we can always pretty it up. Once this is fitting and welded in place, all these little bullshit problems are much easier to sort out, rather than, you know, doing this basically. But you can see that
Nice.
it's going to be fine, right? It'll look, you can even do some of this. Okay, let's see how it sits on the car here. We're kind of in the neighborhood. And the size is spot on.
Nice.
Pretty happy about that.
For eyeballing it.
For eyeballing. So I'm gonna go, first we're gonna do is just cut it right here. We don't need any of this. So
Yeah.
just start roughing it off.
Swap it.
I'm literally just gonna kink all this.
Yeah, you don't want to hammer flat or something? Or?
Yeah, well, not really. It doesn't matter because it's gonna kink.
It's so bad.
Yeah, and that's okay. Because once it's on, we'll fix the kinks. There, see? That wasn't hard. And once it's all welded in, we'll straighten these little kinks out. But we're already pretty close. A little more, right?
Yeah.
Looks like, well, it should. Oh, there, here's a good. See this line here?
Yep.
It should match that, shouldn't it? Right? That makes the most sense. So now we know what we're trying to do. I'm just gonna go till it matches that. Which is a lot more here. There, getting pretty close now. We haven't even hardly tried. It's already pretty close. So
Very nice.
I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this off.
Cut to size.
Yeah. Cut closer to size. Still leave it a little bit big. See the little edge there?
Yeah.
That little return, that's all still there. So I did my repair just on that
So
line.
you just go over top or right next to?
It goes just to the right of this little ledge
Right
here.
there, and then.
Look at that. Pretty close. This rubber runs right along here. And this has been made from here down.
Right.
And this has all been made. This whole corner of the door has been made. So like, use as little of your own homemade crap as you have to. So. Okay, now we're just gonna trim it here instead. Oh, that was probably too much.
Less is more.
More is more in that case. So the idea of tack and bash
Yeah.
is that that corner fits perfectly and that fits perfectly. So if I weld that and weld that, then I just hit this with a fucking hammer.
Are you worried about messing the outside skin?
No, this is not the outside skin. That's this piece.
Okay.
So let's just spot it every few inches, right? That means we should go drill.
Drill.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
Hey, Keith is back, and he's got the Rover dialed with a couple of actual headlight rings on and some missing pieces installed. Oh, isn't that just... That's the finishing touch. Very cool. Keith even made it to the British field meet yesterday, so that's sweet because it means it's getting out there and getting used. Oh, new tires. Oh, who's the big wheel? Great. Yeah, nice to see it done and looking good. So we're wasting Keith's time today. He's putting in grunt labor on Laura's car as well, so that's awesome. Finally done, eh, buddy?
Done.
Looks good.
Done like
Those
dinner.
pieces actually showed up in the mail.
Yeah, they did.
Nice.
Thank you, Royal Post.
Royal Post. Yeah. Great. Well, we've got some shit labor for everybody today. Not as sketchy as yesterday's Citroen adventure. That was dodgy. Okay, Team Rover on the Rover. Look at this. Yeah, we got Miles, Dean, and Keith.
Keith on it.
Honorary team captain of Team Rover. Right on.
Cool.
Keith starting to wonder if he should have just taken his car to Mako. At least when you pay the bill there, you get to leave. So we are hoping to put some primer on the Rover tonight.
Nice.
And so far so good.
Cool, man.
The only thing that's really shitting the bed is the camera, so
I'll get the show
Very
you
good.
later, bud.
Okay.
happy about that. So where are we at? I got a little more body work to do, not much though. Couple of touch-ups to dust, and then we're going to mix up some epoxy primer, and then we're gonna blow that on there and let it sit for, oh, you know what we gotta do, fellas?
What?
Well, I guess I was gonna say we have to move the car, but maybe we'll just cover it up. I don't want that thing covered in gray epoxy, you'll never get it off. Anyhow, we're just about done sketching in the bodywork here. There wasn't very much to do, really. This side of the car is especially clean. And this will allow us to start blocking. And then, yeah, we really want to put some hours in on this and get her finished here.
Can't ask for anything better than that.
Hey, what are you guys on, dart break again?
No.
It's all right. I don't care. Really good progress on the Rover today so far. So we're going to take a short break, and there's a little dog here that has been stuck inside and is very mad that all of her favorite people are here and she's not allowed to go say hi. So here she comes. I was hoping to get a picture of Menace with her haircut before she wrecked it, but I'm probably too late.
Hi. Oh, don't rub up on me though. I know. Oh.
Let's go for a walk, Fingers.
Oh, let's go. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, don't get all dirty, okay?
Come on.
Oh, you're all dirty. She doesn't care.
Come on, puppy.
Man down. Oh wait, descending.
My choice.
Why is the lens foggy? It feels like I'm underwater here. Jacques,
So hot-blooded.
Jacques Cousteau.
What's the matter? The lens?
It feels like I'm underwater here.
Well, then clean it off.
Blue? Huh? What? Oh,
I don't even know what you're talking about most of the time.
thought it was Jacques Cousteau over here. Oh, that's better. You see the little cleaning, eh? A little polishing. These
Okay.
car's looking good, guys. Let's be serious for a second. By 2025, we might have it in primer.
Okay, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the help.
Thank you.
Enjoy the drive. Look at this guy with new tires.
New tires.
You getting some kind of solid citizen award or here or what?
And you know, too much works. You know.
Too much is working. Thanks, Keith. See you, buddy.
Guys, take it easy.
Enjoy the drive.
These guys really, Keith helped out a lot. Oh man! And hey, cars coming because Scott wants to get it done for Laura, and Laura's gonna love it.
Okay, I got this.
Put it in the front.
Back edge needs to be cleaned.
Yeah, okay. Drop her down, Dean. Pretty happy, pretty close. Okay, we gotta do a little cleaning up on this.
We'll have a
I'm
look,
not too
Scott,
worried about
to make
that.
sure we're okay. I mean,
Well, when you say it's okay, it's okay. But when there's no paint left, you're done. Like, I don't need to check that. You know when you're looking at paint or when you're looking at metal.
Or do I? It actually looks pretty fucking good then.
I mean, it's getting there.
Yeah, we're very close. So, and, you know, we're gonna find lots of little bullshit when we block it, but
That's why we block it.
That's why you walk.
With the blocking, this looks really good, man.
Yeah, it looks like a car.
You got a little spot back here to rub down some sandpaper
Okay.
in that tail panel.
Oh, right, thank you. Dean obviously enjoying the smell of the cleaner. Okay,
It's like he's smoking a joint there or something.
No joints till we're almost done.
No joints till the job's done.
No joints until the. Yeah, what are you doing here, Scott? Alright, buddy, it's spray time, eh? Woohoo!
Yeah, we're done, buddy.
Spray time. Oh.
We've got our epoxy primer on the car. Let's have a quick boo.
You alarm went on.
A lot of epoxy primer on there. Now we're mixing polyester high build primer and we put that over top. And then we're going to start blocking the car after this sets up for a few days. And we're going to block the car with 80 grit to get the car straight. And we're going to go over, not today. It'll be a bit wet. I've never seen you actually try to make any of your cars look better.
I'll tell you what, this new little Asian car, I'm gonna get it all perfect for you. You're right though. I don't really bother with that. No.
Yeah, I've noticed. Oh, we better find the gun for this. This stuff has its own really high performance spray gun.
Oh yeah.
Which you need because it's so gluey that it barely comes out.
Yeah, nice. Eh? It's so thick, man. Like it's nice, eh? Nice. Oh, that's so beautiful. I see what you're doing. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Oh, I know.
And our first door primer.
It actually looks kind of like a car, as Dean was saying. It looks like a car for the first time in quite a while. So, good. And now we got a long ways to go, but that is substantially better than it was. Yeah, a lot of work in the last few days, so
Yeah.
you can see that we might even finish this thing one day.
I hope so.
So we'll block it all down, prime it one more time, block it again, and then we're gonna make it.
Right. Good show, buddy.
Getting there.
Good show.
Hey, thanks for all the help, boss.
Yeah, bro.
I'm a tired camper.
See you in a couple days.
Yeah. Saturday night, good times again.
Yeah, yeah.
But some progress. Some
Cool.
progress on the Rover finally.
It's a lot of work you work on today.
It's a lot of work. Kill a mouse today, Framers?
No, that's disgusting.
We got 'em.
Did you get one? Did you get a mouse?
Good girl. Hey, you're not going to get all dirty and covered in primer dust, right, Fraggers?
Oh boy.
Because we are.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We won't look the same after an hour or so, hey? That's okay.
All right, it's block party. Right on.
You and me though.
Yeah.
A bunch of us.
Quite a party, yeah. Ash and I are going to attack the Rover, and we are going to start blocking. The roof, hood, and trunk are ready for the final blocking, and I'm going to do the sides, and probably going to end up repriming the sides because this is the first coat of primer they've had. So that's kind of the plan. Fraggers is going to just get all dirty and wreck her nice haircut.
Thanks, Dad.
You know what? Maybe this is a time-lapse opportunity. It's looking very, very decent actually. I'm very happy. It's looking very straight already, and it's actually a nice day for it. Not too hot, and it's not actively miserable out. So let's get busy.
Yeah, I like it.
Because we got a long ways to go yet. stripping channel installed, and that turned out just fine. Obviously still some grinding and touching up to do, but more or less, hey, get out of the way please. Move it. What happened to you? You're all covered in stuff. If I move Frankers out of the way, we can see I put a couple pieces in the bottom as well, but not too bad. Anyway, that's coming along. We'll get a little better update on that once it's in primer with the rest of the grinding done. Alrighty, let's go. Now we can see I've got the center of the door welded back in, and it actually all went pretty good. Just got to clean that up, of course, but just wanted to get that little update for you guys. You know, you could probably travel around the world and not find anywhere else where a guy's going to show up in something like this to work on a 3-liter Rover. But that's what we're doing. Yeah, Miles is here, and we're blocking Laura's car, and so far so good. I'm kind of going down the one side, and Miles is taking over from Ash on the roof, and we're just going to keep at it while babysitting the menace. How's that going, boss?
Easy, the stuff comes down nice.
Yeah, I do like this
Wait,
product.
is this the cheap stuff?
No,
This is the big...
is the brand name, but the cheap stuff was good too. I'll
think
use it again,
I think that's done.
good.
She's wrapped up.
That's excellent.
Just
Well,
gotta
you
work
can-
this edge out.
Sure. And if you like, you can go to the hood after that.
Yeah.
And I will carry on the quarter here, and then I'm going to switch to the other side. How's it going along?
I'm moving from place to place, so that's
good,
a good
yeah.
sign, right? Not
Off the
same
roof,
spot.
off the hood.
Doing the
A couple
little
of
stuff,
touch-ups
yeah.
to do on the hood, but not too bad. The one touch-up on the front fender going. The rest of the side looking pretty good, and some work on the back fender, which I kind of could have foreseen. So overall, though, just another day at the office,
The office.
blocking away. Wearing your shirt from the last big blocking expedition.
Right, yeah, the last time I was...
This is easier than the van.
There's less of it than
Yeah,
the van.
there it is. That was a big job.
It's gotta happen.
That's right, because when this car is done, what's happening?
Well, hopefully my Fury will be prepped enough when it comes in.
This is moving along though. Okay, thanks buddy. Oh, proud new owner, eh? Proud moment.
There's nothing good. There's nothing good about it.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I'll miss it, kind of.
Yeah, it'll probably take a week to get it off.
Yeah. And then you got one more.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know when.
Yeah, well, you let me know. We'll make it happen because I need the space.
Yeah. All right. I'll see
Very
you.
good. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Some of you guys might remember I had filmed loading up the second Citroen CX a couple of weeks ago, and what happened was I had no audio when I went to look at the footage. So in the spirit of the Red Green show, where he would occasionally voice over whatever he and Harold got up to, we're going to attempt to do the same kind of thing here. Let me walk you through how we got rid of the second Citroen CX onto Steven's trailer and out of my yard. Looks like we're starting off with a certain amount of good-natured mockery of Steven. That's good. Here's the machine itself. I bought this probably 15 years ago as a parts car and actually ran and backed it in there, but that is not how it's coming out. Fired up the old tractor and we are dragging it out. The thing with Citroens is the lovely hydropneumatic suspension. When the car does not run, it sits like a half an inch off the ground. And in this case, with the decrepit ancient Michelins failing and leaking, the car was essentially dragging bottom the whole way. It looks like Mark has shown up to lend a hand, at least with the, making fun of the whole thing. So he served as a flagman when things got really ugly as well. Here we see the car tire nice and flat there, and Stephen wondering about his life in general, I think. still seeming mildly determined to get it going. Mark obviously enjoying the car immensely here. Mark tending to favor German cars, so really having a hard time, keeping a straight face here. You can see in the background the Dean and Details have arrived, so of course they're helping enormously by leaning against stuff and drinking beer. Here's a close-up of the car. That's a beauty. Actually, a nice Citroen CX is one of the greatest cars in the world, but this one maybe not so much. Of course, looks like Andy has showed up too, to just shake his head, I think. Details, looks like he's having a couple of beers. There's Frankers doing some Franker stuff. She had a great day. You can see what we had to do here. The idea was that we were going to get the Citroen onto the trailer. Because they drag bottom, you can't have the trailer has to be at the same angle as the ramps or it'll get caught. So we had the smart idea that we were going to use the Jay and Details and Dean look like they're getting in the spirit of things there. So we had to lift up the trailer with the forklift, and then we're going to pull the Citroen onto the trailer with the tractor. Luckily, long lengths of chain were on sale at the local PV Mart, so we've accumulated a couple of 100 feet of chain here, and running it through the trailer and through the little loop on the forklift where the light goes. That should not be any trouble at all. And then all the way over to the old tractor, and then we're just going to tension everything up here just for laughs to see what happens. You can see they've hired some kind of chunky garden gnome to run the tractor. And here we go. Flat tire or not, it looks like we got some affirmative waving going on. There's the garden gnome on the tractor. He seems to be confused. Oh good, there's Ashley. He's got a beer, so he's enjoying it, and good. Yeah, helping a lot there. And here's the nice long shot that we all like, so you can see everything just for perspective. What the neighbors, this is like the neighbor's eye view, I guess. And there she goes, a seamless job. Yeah, Ash waving us on. There's tractor gnome, and I think it was going not too bad. And then I think something got caught, and she jackknifes on the trailer. Everything getting slightly negative now. Everybody's still having a good time. Now a little bit of beard stroking here for those of us with beards, and it looks like the garden gnome is going to just we're just going to push her over there. So all right, everybody's got their safety flip-flops on, and away we go. Yes, that sort of worked. Looks like the car is on. The ramp skidded over a bit too. So there we go. What we've decided, because the car actually got caught, we have to lift the trailer up even more. So the trouble is that the forklift, being a piece of shit like everything else, it tends to bleed down, so we had to lift it up. And there we go, a final pull with the old tractor, and she's on, more or less. And safety flip-flops, drummer is in there, and he's removed the last barrier there. So yeah, so far so good. And we're gonna lower the whole stinking shit bomb down to the ground here. Steven's trapped in there like Apollo 13 until the thing lands, so he's probably looking forward to getting out there. And safety flops is gonna throw something back in to hold the trailer up, while the wiser people stay a little further away there. Mark clearly enjoying himself, and Steven emerges from the capsule. He looks mildly relieved, and of course the car can't open the door because it's stuck on the ground, and he's just brushing some mouse shit off there, but basically feeling pretty good. Definitely easier than the last one, which he loaded by hand with a winch and block and tackle, and that kind of sucked. So there we go, garden gnome taking a victory lap in the old tractor there. and the tractor probably the champion of the day. The only thing that didn't break, it started every time, didn't have a dead battery, didn't run out of gas. Stephen, I'm not sure what he's saying here, but generally some well-wishing between everybody there. And Stephen here is either very emotional or has mouth shit in his eye, and not really sure what he says here. Oh, I caught joint break at the end there. And then everybody adjourned to the front yard to check out Ashley's latest Datsun sickness here. This is a late 60s Datsun 411 that Ashley is putting together, and he got it plated. And so, of course, we all must come check it out. And, of course, no miniature Datsun day is complete without the biggest person I've ever known trying to fit inside it there. And Mark, he's in there. And we didn't even have to call ambulance to get him back out. And of course, you got to get the sweet shot of those Toshiba headlights. We'll definitely do a much better look at this sweet 411 project. And it looks like that's the end. Is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.